Hi, and welcome to English Coffee House.
We're really happy you're here with us.
Get comfortable.
And let's start with today's conversation.
Lately, I've been thinking about expectations. Not in a big dramatic way, more like the quiet ones, the little ones that sit in the background.
Yeah, the ones you don't even notice until something doesn't go the way you pictured.
Exactly. Like you walk into a day with this invisible plan, and then the day doesn't follow it, and you feel slightly annoyed, even if nothing bad happened.
I know that feeling. For me, it shows up a lot with time. I'll say, today I'm going to be calm, and then I realize I've scheduled the day like a machine.
Like you've expected yourself to be a peaceful person while also doing 6 different things.
Yes, and then I'm surprised I'm not peaceful, which is kind of funny when you say it out loud.
It is. I do something similar with people. I'll meet someone and I expect the conversation to feel easy. And if it's a little awkward, I start blaming it on the moment or on myself.
That's interesting, like you expect a certain atmosphere.
Yeah, an atmosphere. I don't expect perfection, but I expect flow.
I think I've expected flow from relationships too, not just romantic, even friendships. Like, if it's a good friendship, it should be simple.
And sometimes it's not simple, but it's still good.
Right. Sometimes it's a bit messy. Someone is tired, someone is busy, someone forgot to reply, and then my mind starts making a story.
What kind of story?
Usually something like they don't care or I'm bothering them. And honestly, I don't always believe it. It just appears.
That's very real. It's like the expectation creates a gap, and the gap gets filled with a narrative.
Exactly. And the narrative is rarely kind.
Rarely. Mine is usually, you're doing it wrong. Like I missed some invisible social role.
I wonder where those expectations come from, because we don't sit down and choose them.
No, they feel inherited from past experiences, maybe, or from what we've seen, movies, social media, other people's lives.
Yeah, social media is intense for expectations. Not even in an obvious way. It's just you're constantly watching edited outcomes.
Like seeing someone's perfect morning routine and then looking at your own morning where you spilled a coffee and your brain is still asleep.
And you're like, why am I not glowing?
Exactly. Why am I not glowing? I love that.
It's almost like we expect life to be clean. And it's not clean, it's normal, it's slightly chaotic.
Life is crumbs on the counter.
Yes, life is one sock missing and you don't know why.
And yet, somehow, we still get disappointed. Not always, but often. So I've been noticing how I manage expectations, especially when I'm tired.
When you're tired, everything becomes sharper.
It does. I'm less flexible. I notice myself thinking, this shouldn't be happening, like traffic or an email or some tiny obstacle.
I get that. For me, tiredness makes my expectations smaller but stricter. Like, I just want one easy thing today. And if I don't get it, I'm irrationally annoyed.
That's actually a good way to describe it. Smaller but stricter. It's like you don't have energy for life to be life.
Exactly. And then I might start trying to control things, making lists, organizing, trying to bring order.
Ah, the list era.
Yeah, the list era is strong.
I go into reset mode. Like, I start cleaning for no reason, not because I love cleaning, but because I want a sense of, okay, I can manage something.
That makes sense. It's not really about cleaning.
No, it's like I want to remove friction. I want the outside to match the inside, or at least feel less noisy.
Do you think expectations are always a problem, or do they sometimes help?
I think they help when they're gentle. Like, if I expect that I'll feel better after a walk, it's not a strict demand. It's more like a hopeful guess.
Like a soft expectation.
Yeah, but if I expect the walk to fix everything and make me a new person, then it becomes heavy.
That's a good distinction. For me, expectations become dangerous when they're tied to identity. Like, I'm the kind of person who always handles things well.
Oh, yes, that one is sneaky.
because then the moment you don't handle something well, it's not just a bad day, it becomes, who am I?
And it's so intense for something that could just be a bad day.
Exactly. And I think I do that with work. I expect myself to be productive in a way that doesn't match reality.
Like expecting your brain to be the same every day.
Yes, some days my brain is bright and sharp, and other days it's like foggy, and I still expect the same output.
It's interesting because we're fine with weather changing. We don't say, "What's wrong with the sky today?"
We do complain, but we don't take it personally.
True, we complain, but we don't think the sky is failing as a person.
Exactly, but we take our own internal weather personally.
That's such a gentle way to say it, internal weather.
I stole it from someone, but it helps me because it reminds me that moods and energy move.
I like that. And maybe managing expectations is partly about noticing what kind of day it is and not forcing a different one.
Yeah, not forcing. I've been trying to do more of that. Not as a strategy, but just noticing earlier.
Earlier is key because if you notice late, you're already frustrated.
Exactly. Like I'll notice I'm tense after I've already snapped at a door handle for being stuck.
A door handle is such a good example of where expectations go to die.
Yes, because you expect it to open, and when it doesn't, it becomes personal.
How dare you exist in my life today?
Exactly.
So, what do you do when you catch yourself in that moment? When you realize your expectations are turning everything into a problem?
Honestly, sometimes I just pause. I stop moving for a second. Not like a meditation, just a pause. And I admit to myself, okay, I'm expecting too much right now.
That's actually a big thing to admit in the moment.
It's not always graceful. Sometimes it's more like, okay, calm down, man. But it's something.
I do something similar. I kind of lower the bar, but not in a sad way. More like, what if today is a basic day?
A basic day.
Yeah, like not a day where everything clicks, just a day where you do what you can, you eat something, you answer a few messages, and that's fine.
That feels honest, and also I think relieving.
It is, because sometimes I think we expect every day to be meaningful and beautiful, and it's exhausting.
And then we miss the small things that are actually okay.
Exactly. Like the coffee is nice, the air is cold in a good way. Someone smiled at you, but you were too busy being disappointed because the day wasn't impressive.
That's true. Expectations can make you blind.
They really can. And sometimes they can make you unfair, like you're judging people or yourself against something they never agreed to.
That's a really important point because other people don't know our private expectations. They just see our reaction.
Yeah, and the reaction can feel intense even if the expectation was invisible.
I think about that a lot. Like, if I expect quick replies from friends but I never say it, that I'm basically setting myself up.
And setting them up too without telling them. It's like a silent test.
Yes, and then I feel disappointed and they have no idea why.
I've done that, especially when I'm feeling a bit sensitive. I'll think if they care, they'll notice. But people aren't mind readers.
No, and also people are in their own worlds. Sometimes they care a lot and they still miss things.
Exactly. So the expectation isn't just unrealistic, it's also lonely.
That's a good word for it, lonely.
Because you're sitting there with the expectation and the feeling, and no one else is in the room with you.
So, managing expectations might be partly about inviting people into the room, not in a heavy way, just being a bit clearer.
Yeah, or being clearer with yourself at least. Like, what am I hoping for right now? And is it fair?
And is it possible?
Yes. Is it possible? That's the simple question we forget.
It's funny because I used to think managing expectations meant lowering them, like always expecting less.
Same, like preparing for disappointment.
Exactly. But now I think it's more about making them realistic and softer, like you said.
Softer, that word keeps coming back. Soft expectations feel like space. Hard expectations feel like pressure.
And pressure makes everything smaller.
Yeah, pressure makes life feel narrow.
While soft expectations let things surprise you, sometimes in a good way.
That's true, and I like being surprised. I forget that, but I do.
Me too. The best moments are often the ones you didn't plan.
Like a random conversation with a stranger or a friend calling at the perfect time.
Or you walk somewhere without thinking and suddenly you're like, oh, this is nice.
That's such a gentle moment, and it only happens when you're not demanding a certain outcome.
Yeah, when you're just there.
I guess that's the quiet thing about expectations. They're always there, but when you notice them, you get a little more freedom.
A little more room to breathe.
Exactly.
And maybe that's enough most of the time.
Yeah, maybe it is. You know what else is interesting? Sometimes I feel like expectations hide inside being efficient. Like I'll tell myself I'm just being organized, but really I'm expecting the day to cooperate.
Yes, efficiency can turn into this quiet demand, like if I do everything correctly, nothing should go wrong.
And then something very normal goes wrong. A train is late, a website crashes, someone changes plans.
And it feels unfair, even though it's completely normal.
Exactly. It's like life didn't read the memo.
I had that recently with travel. Not even a big trip, just a weekend. I packed early, I checked the times, I did everything, and still there was some kind of delay.
And you were like, but I prepared.
Yeah, that's the sentence. But I prepared, as if preparation is a contract.
Dude, that's so true. Like, we did our part, so the universe should do its part.
And then when it doesn't, we get this small betrayal feeling.
It's kind of dramatic, but it's real. And I notice it most when I'm already carrying stress. If I'm relaxed, delays are just delays.
Same. If I'm relaxed, I can even be curious, like, okay, what now? But if I'm tense, it becomes, of course this is happening.
The of course is dangerous.
It is. It's like you're collecting evidence for a story you don't even want.
Yeah, like you're proving that everything is hard.
Exactly. And then expectations start to shape your mood before anything even happens.
Do you think you have certain situations where your expectations are always higher?
Definitely around work, and also when I'm meeting someone I haven't seen in a long time. There is this pressure for it to feel right.
Oh, I know that one. Like, it has to be warm immediately or else something is wrong.
Yes, and then you start scanning the moment, looking for signs.
And scanning kills the moment.
Completely. You can't be present if you're analyzing whether you're present.
That's like trying to fall asleep while thinking, am I falling asleep?
Exactly. The more you try, the worse it gets.
I feel that with family gatherings sometimes. There's this expectation that everyone will behave in a certain way, and then when someone is just themselves, I get surprised.
Like you expected a different version of them.
Yeah, and it's not even fair. They've been themselves the whole time. I'm the one who decided maybe this time it'll be different.
That's very honest. And I think it happens because we want things to feel easier than they usually are.
We want relief.
Yes, and expectations are often about relief, like, please let this go smoothly.
That's such a soft way to put it, because it's not always about control. Sometimes it's just hope.
Exactly. Hope you'll feel comfortable. Hope that you won't have to struggle.
And the line between hope and expectation can be really thin.
Very thin. And sometimes you only realize which one it was after the disappointment.
Totally. Like, oh, I guess I wasn't just hoping, I was counting on it.
Yeah, and counting on it makes you more fragile.
I've noticed a different kind, too, like expectations about myself in conversations. I'll expect to be confident, funny, interesting, and if I'm quiet, I think I'm failing.
That one's heavy, because then you're not just talking, you're performing.
Exactly. And it's weird because no one asked me to perform. People are usually fine with quiet.
But we have this internal audience.
Yes, the internal audience is brutal.
Mine's like a strict manager, always checking output.
Mine is like a judge with a little notebook. Not enough charm today.
That's so vivid and a little painful.
Yeah, it's funny and painful at the same time.
I wonder if that judge comes from wanting to be liked, not in a desperate way, just in a human way.
Definitely. Like you want connection, so you expect yourself to earn it.
That's such a strong word, earn.
I know, it sounds harsh, but I think a lot of us do it without noticing. We're like, okay, be good today.
And it's exhausting because connection isn't a prize you win by being flawless.
Exactly. Sometimes connection is just sitting next to someone and not having much to say.
Or sharing something small, like a complaint about the weather.
The classic.
The classic. It's not deep, but it's real.
And I think managing expectations can also mean letting small moments be enough.
Yeah, not every conversation needs to be meaningful. Not every weekend needs to be perfect.
Not every photo needs to be beautiful.
That one hits.
I know, because we don't only have expectations about experiences, we have expectations about how they look.
And sometimes you're living through something lovely, and at the same time you're thinking, this doesn't look lovely.
Exactly, like you're at a dinner with friends, but the line gets weird and you're like, this isn't the vibe.
That's so modern.
It really is, and I don't even mean posting it. It's just we've absorbed this idea that moments should be aesthetic.
And if they're not, we feel slightly disappointed even while enjoying them.
That's the strangest part, being in a good moment and still feeling like it's not good enough.
I think that's when expectations stop being useful and start stealing things.
Yeah, they steal the real moment.
So what helps you come back? Not like a technique, but what tends to shift you?
Honestly, sometimes it's just noticing something physical, like the warmth of a mug or hearing someone laugh, something that pulls me out of the mental checklist.
I like that. A sensory anchor.
Yeah, it's simple, but it reminds me I'm actually here.
For me, it's often when I say the truth to myself, like I wanted this to feel easy, but it doesn't right now. Just naming it.
That's powerful, actually, because then you stop fighting it.
Exactly. And the moment you stop fighting, it gets a little softer.
Softer again.
Always softer.
Maybe that's the real theme of managing expectations, not lowering your life, just loosening your grip.
Yeah, making room for reality to be a little imperfect.
And still okay.
Still okay.
You know what I'm realizing as we talk about this? Sometimes the hardest expectations to manage are the ones that sound reasonable.
Yes, the ones that could almost pass as common sense.
Like, I'll have energy after a full night's sleep, or if I'm kind, people will be kind back.
Or if I try hard enough, it will work. Right, and when it doesn't, it's not just disappointment, it's confusion.
Yeah, because it's like, but this was the deal. And then you realize there was no deal.
There was never a deal. That's a strange moment. It makes you feel a bit exposed.
Like you were walking around with a little rule book and suddenly you noticed nobody else is holding it.
Exactly, and maybe nobody even agreed that those rules exist.
That makes me think about how expectations can be connected to safety. Like if I can predict the outcome, I feel safe.
Yes, predictability feels like safety. Even if the prediction is stressful, it's familiar.
That's such a good point. Sometimes we choose a stressful expectation because it feels controlled.
Like expecting things to be hard so you're not surprised when they are.
Yeah, a kind of insurance policy.
But then you're living inside the insurance policy.
Which sounds not fun.
Not fun, also kind of expensive emotionally.
I think I do that with weekends. I'll tell myself it'll go fast. And then when it does, I'm like, see?
Oh, wow, yes, like you're almost protecting yourself from hoping.
Exactly, because hoping feels a bit risky.
And yet, without hope, everything feels flat.
Yeah, like you're watching your life through a window.
So maybe the question isn't how do you have no expectations, but how do you let yourself want things without making it a demand?
That's really it. Wanting without gripping.
And that's hard, especially when something matters.
When it matters, expectations get louder, like if you're waiting for an answer from someone or you really want a plan to work out.
Or when you care about how you're seen. That's one of the loudest ones for me.
Same. I was thinking recently about how I expect myself to be consistent. Like, if I'm a warm person, I should be warm every day.
But we're not consistent machines.
Right. Sometimes I'm warm and sometimes I'm quiet and sometimes I'm slightly irritated for no big reason.
And sometimes you're fine, but you don't have extra to give.
Exactly. And then I'll judge myself for that, like I failed a personality test.
I know what you mean. I have this expectation that I should be solid, like stable, dependable, calm, and most of the time I am.
But not always.
Not always. And the moment I'm not, I feel like I'm breaking my own image of myself.
That's such a gentle way to describe it, breaking your own image.
It's like you're carrying a statue around and you're trying not to drop it.
That sounds exhausting.
It is, and what's funny is other people don't even see the statue. They just see a person having a normal day.
Yeah, they're not shocked that you're human.
Exactly, they're like, oh, you're tired, and meanwhile I'm having an internal crisis.
I love how we can be so dramatic internally and so normal externally.
It's almost impressive.
It is, and maybe a little sweet in a way, like we care.
Yeah, expectations can be a sign that you care about something.
That's true. You don't have expectations about things you don't care about.
So maybe managing them isn't about getting rid of them, it's about understanding what they're pointing to.
Like a little arrow. This matters to you.
Exactly, and then you can treat it with a bit more kindness instead of feeding it like a problem.
I like that. Kindness doesn't erase the disappointment, but it changes the tone.
It makes it less sharp.
And maybe it helps you stay close to your life instead of stepping away from it.
Yeah, because disappointment can make you pull back, like, fine, I won't care.
But caring is part of being alive,
It is, even when it's inconvenient.
especially when it's inconvenience.
So maybe the quiet balance is letting yourself care and letting reality do what it does.
And letting yourself feel a little surprised.
Yeah, even by small things.
Like a day that turns out calmer than you expected.
Or someone who replies with more warmth than you were prepared for.
That one feels really good.
It does. It's like the world gives you something extra just because.
And you can actually notice it because you weren't busy checking whether the day matched your script.
A softer script.
Or no script at all.
Maybe just a mood.
A mood is enough.
Yeah, and sometimes even the mood changes halfway through.
And you're still okay.
Still okay.
That phrase feels comforting.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe because it doesn't promise perfection. It just promises a little space.
A little space to breathe.
Thanks for spending this time with us.
We really enjoyed having you here and sharing this conversation.
Keep listening
And we'll see you soon.
here at English Coffee House.